Cloudcast Media. Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media, and we are thrilled to have in the studio with us today our friends from the Block Club. We got Phillip Coleman, the president, and Raza Webb, the vice president. How you doing, Phillip and Raza? Good?
We're doing pretty good, Drew. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Can't wait to hear all the cool things you're doing, and joined by my guest co-host, Alfredo Molina. He is an actor. So you're back behind the mic again. What do you think?
Happy to be here. Always
really,
a pleasure.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. We'll start with you on this, Phillip. What is the origin of the Block Club? What's the mission, and how long have you been involved?
Yeah, so we recently started the Block Club itself as a community facility that anchors the Black Arts and Culture District. So we're part of a family business called the Ramo Residence. We provide affordable housing for veterans and low-income families throughout Southern California. So we're really focused on solving the epidemic that is homelessness in our state. And we recently purchased a mixed-use property within the Black Arts and Culture District. And our commercial side, we began to renovate to create a community facility for the whole of Southeastern San Diego to be able to enjoy. So even though the Block Club itself began during the pandemic, virtually offering hybrid education programs to people of color, we've now been able to open up a physical location right in the heart of the Black Arts and Culture District. So that's kind of what we're focused on right now. And I guess I would say our mission is, if we truly believe that if we gather people together from all different backgrounds to be able to come together to embrace Black art and culture, then we can defy assumptions about who we are as Southeastern San Diego and strengthen our community. So that's really our mission right now.
No, I think that's great. Where exactly is the district located?
The district is a 9-block radius near Encanto, 61st and Imperial to 69th and Imperial.
And it's been in that area forever?
Not forever. We've actually recently designated that area about 2 years ago now. But it's been in the works for about 5 years or so. There was another master plan kind of spearheaded by County Supervisor Monica Montgomery Stepp and many others to spearhead something within that area to be able to help preserve Black art and culture and just be able to have a place for people of color to go to, as well as non-people of color to be able to come and experience the vibrancy of the district. So it's just getting going, but we're really hoping that it, kind of kicks off and keeps on rising to the top.
No, I think that's great. So, Raza, obviously you're interested in art and culture. Are you an artist?
I am.
And
yes,
what type of art?
Of course. I am an Afro Hair scientist, so a lot of my artwork is rooted in Afro Hair science as well as honoring my ancestry. Just real quickly, I would just like to add to the Black Arts and Culture District, there is a committee that is spearheading that initiative right now. So they have established the Black Arts and Culture District, and we are in year 2. So super fresh and super new, but a lot of growth to happen. But yeah, so for me, I do hair science and illustrate my artwork through art installations. I just recently finished a tour here in San Diego, made multiple stops, including the Fleet Science Center, where it's called the Water Main Art Experience, and we explore the symbiotic relationship between Afro hair and water, and also do a deep dive into how our daily hair habits affect the water quality here in San Diego, and give some tips on how to conserve water, which is very important here in San Diego as well.
100%. So when you say with hair, is it all type of hair or just Afro hair? Straight hair like mine and and no hair like Charles? Charles has hair.
Well, I just like to share. I like to teach that there's one hair type, and it's all variances of the one hair strand. The original hair type was the Afro hair strand, and so every variance that comes from that is rooted from that specific hair strand. So, yes, to answer your question, yes, it's for all hair types. And it's not about your background. Your hair type doesn't care about your personality. It doesn't care about your favorite color or anything like that. It's going to behave how it biologically is meant to behave. Mm-hmm.
No, that's terrific. We're chatting with Phillip Coleman and Raza Webb. They are the president and vice president of the Block Club. I'm Drew Schlosberg. Of Cloudcast Media, you're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show. We are the nation's longest-running community podcast. We're now in our 18th year, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union for more than 6 decades. We've been doing great work for people who live in San Diego County. Alfredo, do you have a question for our guests?
First, I have a comment. It seems like you guys are doing a lot of good, like water conservation, trying to help people learn more about like the Black culture and even like the homelessness. I'm just hearing all these things. I'm like, this is a lot that's going on.
Yes.
And how are you guys able to do all this? Do you have like support from other people? How do people support?
It's definitely a lot of support from community.
Yeah, for sure.
Since Rainbow Residence was established in 2018, so addressing the homelessness and community improvement solutions has been something that we've been doing since 2018. And definitely the support of the community. A lot of what we do revolves around like community outreach and fundraising and, hosting community events or just preserving in that way.
Right. And so in the residence focuses on veterans that are homeless, is that correct? Or is it others as well?
Veterans, mostly that are homeless, but also low-income families and marginalized communities.
Right. And, we certainly know that's an issue in San Diego County without, question there. So we asked Raza what her interest in art was and appreciate the answer. How about you, Phillip?
Oh, thank you. I think for me, I'd like to consider myself a jack of all trades, but mostly my passion for art lies in music. So definitely a writer. I also play piano, a few other instruments that I don't play as well as the piano, so I won't mention them. But yeah, I mostly work within music and in different scopes. But as far as a culture bearer, I would consider myself that as well as Raza, just being able to encapsulate what it means to participate in American culture, Black culture, and how we can present that to the rest of the world and also showcase all the vibrancy and true benefit it is to be a part of both of those cultures.
Right. Now, do you perform in concerts?
I have before. I wouldn't sing.
But you'll play, right?
But I'll play.
Right. Is there any type of music you like? Is it jazz? Is it blues? Is it...
jazz is really up there as one of those iconic genres that I would hesitate to say I'm a part of, but I definitely love and appreciate it, and it inspires me to play other genres. But I mostly stay closer to R&B and hip hop.
Right. So, with the Block Club, you got, the art aspect of it, and I'm assuming that art is all over the place. You can paint, you can draw, you can dance, you can do all these things, and the music is just unlimited. Are there events that are going in that district now that you folks are running, that you're spearheading?
Yeah, so we also sit on the advisory committee for the Black Arts and Culture District. So we help to organize events, we help to survey the community, and then distill that information into actionable items. Currently, right now, throughout this last year here in 2024, we've been able to host many different events from concerts to town hall meetings and discussions.
Women's filmmakers.
Exactly. Highlighting women's filmmaking here in San Diego, open mics, poetry nights, lots of things happening in the district. And that 9-block radius is really being revitalized right now. So we're hoping to bring as much traffic to that area and then also encourage others to bring their business as well.
Yeah. Now, do you work with the Jackie Robinson Family? Why?
No.
Are they outside your district?
They're
They're
still
outside.
southeast, so
Yeah.
we like to consider anybody that's southeast,
Right.
a part of our target audience.
Right.
But at the same time, they're not within the
district?
district.
And what school is Lincoln in the district? Lincoln High
Very, very close.
very close. Okay.
Yeah, that's the closest high school.
Yeah. What other schools are in the district?
Lincoln is very close. Morris High School is very close.
Yeah, is Gompers close? I used to work for San Diego Unified, and those are the schools I used to
Nice.
service. Lincoln and Morris, and all the
So there's
Memorial.
not a high school or a school actually within those 9 blocks. Most of the
Right.
9 blocks is composed of eateries, restaurants,
Right.
businesses, bookstores, things along those lines, and
Houses.
residences. Yeah.
Yeah.
But just outside of the 9 blocks, there's a perimeter of schools like St. Rita's as well.
Sure. And now, do you work closely with the kids that are in school with your program?
Yeah. So one of the offshoots of our education programs that we offer is their ability to go into some of the schools and be able to provide some type of service to the students who can't necessarily come into our 4 walls. So
Gotcha.
the Water Main Art Experience that Raza mentioned earlier has also traveled to many different
Nice.
high schools and middle schools. Just here recently made it down to, I think it's La Jolla Country Day, right?
Yeah, that's just part of the outreach that we do when we go and we speak to the students, whether it be a panel discussion or just like interactive engagement with the students to teach them about whether it's like entrepreneurship, the importance of networking, mentorships, and things along those lines. But specifically, what Phillip was referring to, there's a Black Girl Magic group at La Jolla Country Day, which is my alma mater, and I had the privilege of going there to speak to the group. Have a lot of 4 different sessions also coming up. So yeah, it's great.
Right. And so, how many other folks work with you? I mean, it just can't be you two, correct?
Yeah.
No, I mean, sometimes you may feel like it's only you working on something, as you mentioned earlier, but it really takes a community and a village of people to be able to help tackle some of these issues and solve some of these problems that are so large. So on our personal team, we have 3 other staff people that really help us be able to create the type of art that we want to see in our city. But when we mentioned the advisory committee, there's about
Right.
6 or 7 other great community leaders who are also helping us lead the charge, which we consider ourselves very fortunate to be among them. And then, throughout the city, there are so many amazing people who may not be up under the umbrella of our company or up under the umbrella of the advisory committee, but definitely have given us their time.
Volunteers, that's major.
Volunteers.
Yeah, when needed. Mm-hmm.
And also just the mentorship that we've been able to receive, even from Charles, from Cheryl Morrow, from Dr. Leonard Thompson. We've had the ability to sit up under some great people and listen. I've definitely spent the last 2 years of my life trying to learn and listen as much as I can.
No, that's really important. Is acting a part of the art that you folks are doing in that district?
Definitely. So we do support different plays that happen and occur within Southeast as well as all throughout San Diego. So a few people on our advisory committee have recently had some plays that were at Balboa Park, I believe, right? Do you remember the name?
Yeah, the amphitheater there.
Yeah. So we definitely support it. Within the Block Club itself, we do foresee it being a venue for some smaller, more intimate shows, something that the community can experience without having to travel to the Old Globe,
Right.
or something a little bit farther away. So we're hoping to be one of those places where you can still experience the art and the culture of our area without having to travel 20 miles away.
Well, listen, I'm really good at volunteering people's time, so I'm going to volunteer Alfredo to give you maybe a course in acting. Alfredo's an actor, so he would be someone. Would you be interested in that?
I would love to. I think the smaller black box theater shows, like those intimate shows, are the best.
Yes.
That's
what we feel too.
Yeah.
And we would love to have you, Alfredo. Thank you. We're making connections right on the show.
Let's do it.
But I'm saying that in all seriousness.
Yeah.
I would love to have you come and either speak or teach a workshop or a course.
Of course. I'll
It's a done deal. Once again, the Spotlight Show has put people together, and Drew hasn't done anything but open his mouth. No, but in all seriousness, that's how this show has worked. It's worked this way for 18 years. You put people together, and next thing you know, you find out there's an interest over there, and having a professional actor, Alfredo come in and chat with the kids or the actors or whatever the case may be would be great. When we come back from break, let's chat a little bit more about how we can support your efforts. Obviously volunteering is really important. Money turns lights on, and are able to do that. So ask for that as well, and any other types of things that you want to ask our audience to support. We'll be able to get out there and maybe even track to see how well they've done this when we return with Phillip Coleman, president of the Block Club, joined by his colleague, Raza Webb, vice president. I'm Drew Schlosberg, as you're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show, the nation's longest-running community podcast, now in our 18th year, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. 6 decades of doing great things for people living in San Diego County, whether it's literacy, whether it's art, whether it's food insecurity. They're always on top of their game. Joined by my guest co-host, Alfredo Molina, professional actor. We will be right back after this break.
When you do your banking with Mission Fed, you get great rates on auto and home loans. That's good for you, but something good also happens for a lot of other people. We're not for profit, so we put money back into the community to help lots of great nonprofits to keep San Diego strong. So you're not just getting something good, you're doing something good. Come to Mission Fed. It's banking that's good for all.
Brand amplification is the DNA of Cloudcast Media, and our code is the powerful blending of sound, voice, and storytelling to lift local brands and their communities. Whether it is our Brandcast, Schoolcast, or Causecast platforms, the unifying ethos is all about this community, the one you call home. If you dare to dream and want to explore the brand amplification of Cloudcast, a national leader in local podcasting and other Winfluence strategies, please visit us at cloudcast.us.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media, and you're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. We are thrilled to have in the studio with us today our friends from the Block Club, Phillip Coleman, president, and Raza Webb, vice president, joined by my guest co-host, Alfredo Molina. He is an actor, and we had already volunteered Alfredo to do some acting, coaching, I guess, or teaching, whatever the case may be, in this area. We'll start with you on this, Raza, and then pivot over to you, Phillip. What can our listeners do to support your efforts?
So the Block Club is a membership-based, community facility. And so that's one of the things that we can use to support spreading the word, getting the members to sign up. We have public membership as well as private membership. The public is from 9 to 4, open to the public. You just got to sign up. It's completely free. However, we have after hours for our private members, make it a little bit more inclusive and exclusive for paid members. So that's one way.
Right. But what's the membership fee?
Yeah. So, I should say that currently we're renovating the space.
Yeah.
We'll be opening in Q1 of 2025.
Yeah.
When we do open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., we'll have public hours, which the space will be completely free.
Right.
Those private hours will begin around 6 p.m. until, and there'll be certain days throughout the month. And if you give us a donation, you can become a private member, and then you get access to our after hours events as well as after hours for the space. That begins at $100.
Yeah.
And that membership is good for the entire year.
Wow. That's a value that you're not going to see too much these days. That's great. Do you have corporate members as well? Can a business become a corporate member?
Yes, sir. So we do have corporate membership, which comes in the form of a sponsorship as well. And you can sponsor some of our education programs that happen throughout the year, as well as be able to collaborate with us on something that you want to see happen in Southeastern San Diego. So we're very open and flexible to be able to speak with any corporate partners who are interested in helping the arts and culture movement in Southeast San Diego.
No, I think that's great. Talk about some of the partners, and I'll start with you on this, Raza, that you work with now. Obviously, you did a deal at the Fleet Museum up in Balboa Park. But are there other groups that you work closely with, whether they're within the district or not?
Yeah, definitely Fleet Science Center. We have collaborated with Mandate Records and GOD Radio as well. We've mentioned Miss Cheryl Morrow, so that estate is also pivotal in our growth. We have also like the Black Arts and Culture District itself, Raymore Residence. What are some other?
The Office of Equity and Racial Justice here in San Diego.
You work with the supervisor, Montgomery, correct? Step, yes, no?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we can say that we have helped to bring some of her initial plans and
that
dreams
counts.
come true.
Yeah. How about the city council person in that area?
Yes, Mr. Henry Foster has also been a strong advocate for our success as well.
Right. No, I think that's terrific. Do you work with any of the churches in that area? Any of the religious?
Not specifically, but in spirit, yes.
Yeah.
So we've volunteered our time in many different organizations and just kind of been there for a lot of the churchgoers that are in that community as well.
Right.
But yeah, other than that, we've had the opportunity of working with the Previs Foundation, Fleet Science Center, as we mentioned. And of course, I believe it's the African American Museum of Modern Art.
Fine Arts, yes.
Fine
yes,
Arts.
Thank you for remembering.
Yeah, there's a lot of organizations. I don't want to leave anyone out.
Well, is it on the website?
Yes.
Okay, good. They can just go to your... And what is the website?
The website is theblockclub.org.
Okay, that's an easy one to find. Freddie, what other questions do you have for our guests?
Yeah, I do have a question. As far as bringing people together and the district specifically, what is a food spot you would recommend? I've only been here for a couple weeks, so always looking for more.
Within the district, I think my favorite is Caribbean Taste. That place just gives you, it uplifts you. Let's say that. Okay. It's an amazing place to go to.
It's a good vibe.
But the food is great, But there's also the Mental Bar, I think is probably my favorite spot to just go work, meet up with people, as well as get some really good food and some really good coffee. And the owners are so friendly, very welcoming, and there's a lot of ways to collaborate with them. So if you are looking to have events or if you're looking to possibly get your products into Southeast San Diego right now, that's a great place to go and, figure out ways to collaborate with them. They're always open.
Appreciate that. I will check out both.
So how about for hearing music in that area?
Ooh, for hearing music in that area. Man, I want to say Soul Sundays. Mr. Kendrick Dow puts on an event that happens, I think, once or twice a month called Soul Sundays, or is it every Sunday?
It's on Sundays, but that's not exactly in the district.
Well, it's close enough, right?
It's near there. Right, yeah, I would just say that's it for right now.
But except at your venue, when that thing is built up, you're going to be bringing music in there, right? Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's, of course, one of the biggest goals for us is to be a venue that can actually anchor the 9 blocks and be something that is there for people to utilize, whether to bring their art and showcase it or to be able to preserve art that has already existed.
Right. Now, do you offer like a lecture series, seminars and so forth? some professors that are well versed in, Black culture and Black art?
Yeah, so that is also a part of the plan as we open up. We'll be bringing in many different qualified speakers, teachers, as well as artists in their own right to be able to come and do different series with us. We're very collaborative. We don't think that we know it all ourselves, but we do offer some hybrid educational programs that we put on ourselves. So we've got programs like Restoring the Fundamentals, which is a 7-week hair care program where we teach you how to maintain your hair without excessive heat, chemicals, or other damaging components. And from there, just kind of get you going on your hair journey, teach you how to care for yourself and how that care for yourself can move to your ability to care for those in your family as well. We've got other programs that focus on the entrepreneurship of the arts, so helping people who are in music, who want to monetize their art form, get a leg up, get some mentors, and then from there also be able to test out some of the things that they're learning by creating a product and then selling it using the things that they were taught in our program.
Right. I want to get back to Raza's point about, I've been thinking about this one since you brought it up, about how much water we use when we're doing our hair on this. Now, true or false, you shouldn't really wash your hair every day, or is that a fallacy?
That's true.
Okay.
100% true.
100% true. Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason why, because there are oils in the hair, and if you keep on doing it, they won't be as oily, so to speak. I don't know.
Well, if you use the right products and the appropriate routine, and you train your hair, then you don't have to use as much product. Your hair will produce the oil and moisture that it needs through the sebaceous glands. And so once you get it in a nice routine, then you don't have to worry about compensating for whatever type of product you might have put into your hair by washing it every single day.
Right, exactly. So, I'm going to have to sit there and take a look at that because I have to wear hats when I don't and I wash my hair, for guys. I'll be wearing a hat every single day in that aspect of it. But we use an inordinate amount of water when we wash our hair, do we not?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And there's also steps in the routine that we recommend just turning the shower off. If you're giving your hair a nice massage and you're getting the shampoo nice and sudsy, you don't need to keep the water on and keep it, you don't have to keep it running and wasting the water. So just turn it off.
So, all right, here, now I'm going through a whole water hair routine over here, Alfredo. I'll tell you that right now. Okay.
I'm listening.
Okay, right. Jump in the shower, you set up your hair, right? And you turn off the water, right? And you massage it in for how long?
Yeah, a minute or two.
Okay,
you want to get it nice and sudsy because the soap is going to do its job no matter how long you keep it on there. It's still going to take out the excess oil. So that's what it's created for, the shampoo, I should say.
Right.
And so I recommend just using black soap. It's a raw, 100% organic product.
Okay.
And that's something that you can literally just put on your hair. Add a little bit of water and it suds up really quickly. So
okay, so we got this. We got the water on. Got the suds in. Water's off. 1 or 2 minutes. Water comes back on to get the suds out, right? And then we're done.
Yeah, that's that. Unless you're ready to, because yes and no. Because some people would like to do a treatment to soften the hair with the conditioner, but that's a step that can also potentially just be added right after you rinse out the shampoo or to the shampoo session. So after you suds up, you add the conditioner and then rinse it out.
Right.
So
and how long does that process take? What I'm getting to is that no one should be taking 2-hour showers, right?
Exactly.
Which we, I think, tend to do, Alfredo.
Long.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts on no shampoo?
Like a dry shampoo or just
no
rinsing
shampoo?
it with water? I think it's necessary to use some sort of astringent or detergent to get the...
'Cause there was a trend where lots of people just stopped doing shampoo.
Yeah.
I did partake a little bit.
You said you did, and how was that outcome for you?
Originally, it made my hair curlier.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped, it stopped becoming straight all the time. And then I did it once a week. So how many times a week do you think you should do it?
I think once a week is really good. So what water does is just make sure hair strand, if it is curly, remember it's that state, that natural state that it's in, and that's why your hair was getting curly. But yeah, to your original question, I think once a week is a good to wash your hair. And black soap is a good astringent. It's needed. I don't think that like a dry shampoo is efficient or anything like that.
Right. So, I want all of our listeners, to send in some money. You just got a free lesson on how to do your hair, for God's sake, on this over here. We're going to get a full report from Alfredo. He's going to try out this routine.
Black soap.
We're going to go hear how he turns
I wish
out.
I would have brought some because we have some kits too that came out of the Water Main Art Experience. So I have to get those over to you guys.
How about next time?
I'll get my address.
Yeah. Exactly. Any final comments, Raza? Any final comments for the block?
Just that. Thank you guys for having us here today. We're looking forward to bringing out, restoring this historic district in Encanto, the 9 blocks, to bring back the vibrancy that is Black arts and culture, and just have a new narrative around like the excellence and the beauty of us all being able to come together and embrace and love different perspectives and art and culture. So thank you guys for allowing us to share what we have going on in the district and bring it to this platform.
Absolutely. Phillip, any final comments?
Yeah, I'd like to second thank you for having us here. We really appreciate the time to be able to share what we're doing with the Block Club and the district in Southeast San Diego. I think for us, we're really collaborative, as I've always mentioned. I think if there's anyone else that's listening and has the need or want to be able to help preserve art and culture within the 9 blocks, please get in contact with us. There's different ways to do that, and I'm sure you'll be able to listen to this podcast and figure that out. But we're happy to collaborate in any way. Once we're open, you'll be able to kind of see us in person and get a feel for who we are. But we'd love to get as many people signed up for membership as possible. So visit us at theblockclub.org. And if you have any questions, you can send us an email at info@theblockclub.org.
No, I think that's great. So 2 things. One, we definitely want you to have a return appearance. So maybe coming in the spring, here's some of the people that performed. Maybe Alfredo will have to come back on and talk about what he did in his his actor deal. Seriously on that. And maybe we'll convince my business colleague, Charles Parisi, the founder and CEO of Cloudcast, to do a remote interview at your place, and maybe as a grand opening over here. So we'll try to see what Charles thinks about that idea. We'll have to see about that. And enjoyed chatting with you, Phillip Coleman, president of the Block Club, joined by Raza Webb, vice president. Thoroughly enjoyed the conversation. We'll look forward to having you come back on with a return appearance. I'm Drew Schlosberg. You've been listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, the nation's longest-running community podcast, now in its 18th year, brought to you by the very cool folks at Mission Fed Credit Union. We're in 60 years of doing great things in San Diego County. Thank you so much, Alfredo Molina, my guest co-host, and we hope you enjoyed the interview.
You've been listening to an episode of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego community. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Cloudcast Media.